Sales. What drives the business? Sales. What drives the practice? Sales. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, right? As we experience some kind of air quotes inflation, those of us that are still in business, I just opened a brand new practice in Monterey, so come down and see us and we'll get you adjusted. You'll be feeling good. I can promise that pretty much. No promises, legal disclaimer. You might feel sore, but it happens once in a while. Anyway, this video is not about the quality of the product or the service. It is obvious that you want to provide the best quality you can. Obviously, that's always going to come around, but different topic. That is core, so I guess we couldn't avoid it, but we're going to elaborate more on sales and what I learned, and I'm sharing. This video is to share with you guys because I had a lot of experience as an outside salesperson. I remember when I was 19, I was with, I started with Century 21, and so I was my own, boss, and I was working under a broker, but I was a sales agent with the gold jacket, and, heck, I had other sales jobs before that for sure, but I moved out to California, got in with Telecheck, check guarantee, huge company. Our section, our half of the company was under McDonnell Douglas, the defense company, contractor, whatever. They were pretty big. I'm sure bigger now. And anyway, Telecheck was worldwide, guaranteeing checks for merchants and, point of sale services. So I learned a little bit about point of sale and also about sales. Sales training was in abundance at Telecheck. Certainly the drilling, the scripts, all that, right? And they were conscious enough to get us the best trainers in the world and spend their money correctly to train their salespeople. Their outside sales force was their sales, basically, and then referrals, but they still needed agents, to track it down and fill out the forms and, ensure that the service would be rolled out and handed over, a smooth handoff to the service team, and then sales working closely with the service team, right? What are the expectations, right? What are they expecting? Did I sell them the moon and we don't have the moon? So maybe they're expecting more than service can provide, and you got to let them know, hey, you guys are going to be in over your head. My bad. We'll work on it, So anyway, sales, the essence, this is what I wanted to share. What I found out when I was back there in the day, they put me out with the number 2, 3 guy, top 3 for sure. Maybe number 1, I don't know. Joe Mead was a guy from Rockaway Beach, New York, and he had been one of the top 3 in the world the year before I was there. And so they put me out with him to learn and be his shadow, and he was a funny guy, but very gregarious, and he taught me, that it really was a numbers game, right? That you're looking for those who are ready to buy, right? You're looking for the hot leads. People, you walk in the store and they're like, hey, I need that now. Let me sign up. How much? Give me, I don't care how much. Just give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, right? I need it, want it, been waiting for you. Thank God you walked in. All right, the easy sales. No draining on your energy, pumps you up, you're psyched up for the next sale. Wouldn't it be great if every sales call could be that way? And actually it could. The company wanted me to chase down all leads because in the beginning as a salesperson, you need to practice. And so you might as well practice on people who are not going to buy anyway. But I thought if I was a good salesperson, I could convince people, I could get the cold leads to go warm and hot and buy. And that, my friend, is a bit of a magic trick. And when you do that, what you get is called buyer's remorse. So if you're really good at it, you're going to get people who are going to have second thoughts. Maybe they're not a good fit for the service or the product. And then it becomes trouble, or they want to renegotiate, or they're the ones who cancel, or, whatever. They're problematic. So unprofitable accounts, which is a whole different thing there. But so in essence, red pill, blue pill, left side, right side, in sales, if you think that you're going to convince people to buy, right, that it's all about you and your sales technique and your scripts and the way you look and the way you sit and the way you mirror them and, the way you personality profile them and understand them, yeah, those are all factors. But bottom line is they came in looking to buy or looking to shop. Okay, if they're ready to buy or if they were shopping, they could go from cold to hot, right? They just wanted to confirm that it was the right product, and they may not have shopped around a lot. They may buy the first product they see if they're convinced it's the one that they need, it's quality, and the price is right. It has to fit their budget. Most people are going to have a pre-fixed budget in their mind. Okay, so my little young hot sales agents on my team, if it were the Cairo Queens that are working for me, they locked me into a 3 month contract at about 2,500, 2,600 a month. Okay, so that's $7,800 contract. Okay, so yeah, at first my budget in my mind was a thousand a month. So I had a $3,000 budget, and they more than doubled my budget. So I almost pulled out. I was in shock. I wasn't ready to buy, but I was really convinced that their quality was what I needed, and in my mind, I don't mind paying for good quality if it's really worth it, and there's no cheaper alternatives, right? So that's the best decision. And I had to come to that decision pretty fast. I mean, I had been making this, leading up to this decision and this moment for a while, for a year or whatever. I've been looking for a space for my practice and finally get into a space, and now getting all the lights turned on and the credit cards and the signs up and everything, the furniture in, and the trying to get employees and stuff. It's a lot. So after all this effort, we have a bias, right? Like, I'm invested, and so it's what is it? The sunk cost fallacy, and the sunken cost bias. So since I put all that time and money and effort in there, I'm reluctant to pull out and admit that maybe I was wrong and do a complete U-turn. So I have to be ready and open to that. Anyway, I wanted to keep it a short video, and I'm trying to make it personal and give you some stories so you can relate, and how I relate, because basically people are going to have a budget in their mind, and they're going to be kind of wanting to buy or not wanting to buy. I was wanting to buy. I had a budget in mind. Even though they blew my budget and more than doubled it, I still bought. And I'm kind of, searching for a way to afford it now after the fact. But that's how people buy. They're emotional, right? I think underlying was the fear that I would fail and that I would lose all the sunken cost, the investment that I already made. So it's kind of like putting more time and money to save money that you've already poorly invested. And that's not a wise decision. Usually it's better to bail out. But who knows? These crypto boys, they say buy the dip. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share with you sales professionals, or those chiropractors and people who are opening businesses, or people in business who perhaps find themselves doing more sales than they were comfortable with. And it's a great experience. It takes you got to be pretty brave to go out there and do cold calls. So anyone who's knocked on doors and sold things door to door can understand, it takes guts, and that's not for everybody. A lot of people haven't dealt with that, and B and I have a lot of experience. I figure, hey, let me share if I can help you out, because it'll probably save you a lot of time. And it took me a good year at least to figure that one out. And still I need reminders. That's why I'm making this video, so I can remind myself, right? Bottom line is, it's not about convincing people, right? Maybe you could turn the heat up on a warm lead and get them hot. Maybe you could turn a hot lead into a sale, but beyond that, you might just push someone in the direction they need to go. You're guiding them as a salesperson. Yes, go that way. Which way? That way. Yeah, that way. Go, go, go. You can push them as much as they want to be pushed, right? But the moment you push them more than they want to be pushed, there's going to be pushed back, and that's when it becomes uncomfortable, especially for chiropractors. They're generally not salespeople. They'd rather focus on just healing people and not negotiating and having to collect payments and money and all that stuff. Or even present financial report of findings, in presentations when they have to present long-term plans to patients. It becomes uncomfortable. So, I find, look, for me, whether I was selling telecheck or real estate or chiropractic or, the idea that the sun rises every day, I just feel like, hey, I speak my truth. This is what I see. This is what works for me. I can, certainly offer my opinion. And if you're here to vibe with me and you want to experience that opinion, and check out that paradigm, then hop on in, take off your skin, rattle around in your bones. Yeah, ain't no going home. So, once you step into the light, it's hard to unsee it. Once you've seen a rainbow, yeah, you understand this reality, this dimension. So, salespeople, rock on. Stop wasting your energy trying to convince these buyers that are on the fence. Go out and fill your pipeline. That's what Grant Cardone says. Your pipeline's not full enough. So you're trying to convince people. That just means you don't have 10 people, 10 other appointments waiting. That means you got like one appointment that week. So you're going to take as much time as you can to try to convince that one lead you got. No, go out and get more leads. Do more cold calls, whatever. Do more direct mail and phone call, direct calling, whatever it takes. Get out there and fill the pipeline because, now I got Facebook ads running and I see the hierarchy of the ads, right? Some people put in a credit card and it's like, boom, they're pretty much locked. Other people, maybe not so much. They can lock in at appointment times. Other people maybe shop a little and, or they put in an appointment time, but they don't really commit and they stop responding, I guess, to the bots. And then they have a lower grade. Quality lead. Those people, by the time I call them back an hour later, maybe already made an appointment with another chiropractor. So there's no real loyalty there. But some people like the ads, they like the location, whatever. They like the offer, and they just feel confident enough to put down a credit card. A lot of those people are actually calling me to confirm, like, hey, I want to speak to someone. I paid with a credit card. I want to make sure this is not a scam. There's real people there answering the phone. And so once they talk to me for 5 minutes, they feel confident that their appointment is confirmed. So, whatever. Maybe that's an older generation wants to talk to people on the phone. The younger generation probably could do it all through the interwebs. It's all good. And so that's why we're working, that angle. We want to reach, more generations. The younger generations need chiropractic as well. So yeah, salespeople, stop convincing, fill up the pipeline, right? Work on only the hot leads, just slam the deals. Find the people, spend your time and effort finding the people that are ready and willing to buy already. And for the salespeople out there who think they need to, sit up straight when the buyer sits up straight and cross their legs when they cross their legs. Yeah, that's good on a subliminal level and all that, but the moment you become like conscious of it, it becomes awkward and they notice it and you notice it and it drives a wedge. So it has the reverse effect. Just like kind of those cheesy chiropractors trying to wear a white coat to look authentic. Oh, the Harvard research says, yeah, well, you know what Harvard research can do? They can go do more research, okay? You're the one that's in business and people are people. I don't necessarily want to get adjusted by a guy in a white coat, especially if he can't adjust. Right? Go check out Tim Young and Focus Group and back to DD and BJ Palmer, where they say it's not about the oriental rugs and the lighting and the paint and the art and the feng shui in the office. Who gives a crap about that? People will get adjusted on a railing, on a boxcar, on a horse, on a fire hydrant. They really could give a crap about the setting. I mean, they might matter for a second, right? But if they're in pain and they're suffering, and like, what, you're gonna lean me over this fire hydrant or over this hood of this parked car and crack my back somehow and relieve my pain? All right, I could give a crap less. Go for it. Let's give it a try. I was in India on the bus, and I think my kidney had somehow reached up into my throat. It was like jammed in there, and that's a weird place for it. So one of the guys on the bus, one of the young Kairos, shout to Rob Stinson, woo woo, East Coast, where is he? South Carolina, Stinson Beach? No, that's his name. Something Beach. He's on the beach down there somewhere in the East Coast. Anyway, Rob got out and he's like, look, let's do a side posture. It's pretty much my L5. And there was some bricks like the beginning of maybe a foundation of a building or the remnants of one that was demoed, but some bricks kind of still in the ground and maybe a foot tall, some cinder blocks. And he's like, "Hey, you think you could lay on there?" I was like, "Heck yeah!" He's like, "You think?" I was like, "You think you could adjust me on there?" He's like, I'm gonna try. I think so." And he did. And so he saved me because I was about to start vomiting. You can imagine with a kidney in your throat, kind of vomitaceous, uh, if that's a word. Inciting vomitus, it's a crime somewhere in Eurasia for sure. Anyway, I'm being facetious, y'all. If you didn't know this, better tell the bots. Have to spell it out for them. Anyway, get back on it. Get back finding those people who want you. Believe it or not, there's people out there who are dying for your product or service right now, and they don't have the time to pick up the phone or even Google search your ass and come find you. So if you come walking in their door, they're gonna like, "Hey, I was gonna Google you, and I was just thinking I needed you, and let's do this because it's obviously a synchronicity, and you'd be a fool not to follow your synchronicities." All right, with that, people, I think I'm going to bounce out 16 minutes of sales for you. 16, 24, 25, 27. Woo, going to heaven, going to make those sales. No, we don't make those sales, we find them. All right, we're going to find those sales. Those people want you. Gonna buy all your stuff. It's gonna come true. What you gonna do? You're gonna find them, find them, find them, find them. Maybe in South Carolina. Just sing the way out, huh?